Laws are necessary for people to live together in order and justice. These laws generally protect the safety of our lives and property. They protect our personal rights against abuse by other people in society, organizations, or governments. It recognizes everyone in society as equal and protects the weakest and most vulnerable in society. You probably didn't believe me when I said that last sentence. We all want everyone to be equal before the law. The weak should not be oppressed by the strong, but everyone has doubts about how much this is practiced in the world. Despite all kinds of doubts and criticisms, we still live our lives in order today, thanks to both national and international laws. But there are some places in the world where there are no rules and laws. In this video, we take a closer look at 5 places where there are no rules and laws. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button if you like the video. Slab City. Slab City is located in the Sonoran Desert in the southeastern part of the state of California, United States of America. It is about 50 kilometers from the Mexican border. It is a desolate and dry area. It used to be a training area for the United States Marine Corps. The training area, known as Camp Dunlap, was opened during World War II and was used for 3 years until the end of the war. By 1956, it was completely inoperable. All of the dismountable equipment and buildings were moved elsewhere. Only the slabs remained. That's where the name comes from. In 1961, the U.S. Department of Defense officially declared that it no longer needed the land. During the transfer of the land from the Department of Defense to the California state government, a legal loophole was created. When this loophole was discovered, the area was flooded with hippies. Since it is not clear who officially owns the land, there is no zoning in the area. The people who have chosen this area as their home live in tents, trailers, or makeshift prefabricated houses. No taxes are collected in the area. There are also no municipal services. People usually get their electricity from solar panels. They buy water from outside by tanker truck and stock water tanks. They drill wells for sewage. People who are tired of the rules imposed by society and city life prefer Slab City for an alternative life. Its slogan is the last free place in the United States. The number of people who live there in summer and winter is about 200 to 250 people. In summer, especially with the arrival of bikers, the population increases to 3,000. Since it is a desert climate, the temperature rises up to 50 degrees during the day and can drop below zero at night. The most common crime in Slab City is drug-related. It is very easy to get many chemical and dangerous drugs here. Justice reports prepared by the U.S. government indicate that there have been shootings and arson. Those who live here permanently and are elders set some rules to maintain order. Slab City residents periodically declare that they want full independence from the United States. It was also featured as Stab City in GTA 5, the world's best-selling video game. It has also been the subject of several documentaries and films. International waters. The high seas are not really lawless places, but in the details I will explain and illustrate in a moment. We will see how the rules get mixed up and do not work. First, under international law, coastal states are considered to have rights over the seas out to 12 miles from their coasts. This right can vary depending on the geographical structure of that sea in that region and the international agreements that the country has signed. Countries that have rights apply their own laws to crimes committed in their waters. When maritime transport developed very rapidly in the early 1900s, there were attempts within the United Nations to create a law of the sea that would apply in international waters. By 2017, more than 160 countries supported the creation of the law of the sea. However, some countries, such as the United States, Colombia, Venezuela, and Turkey, did not sign the treaty for various reasons. For example, Turkey's reservation is the continental shelf dispute with Greece over the Aegean Sea. Under international law, countries are free to navigate, fish, fly over, and lay pipelines and cables on the high seas. However, international law can be invoked in cases of piracy, human trafficking, or crimes against humanity. But for individual crimes such as theft, murder, or sexual assault, things are a little different. The basic rule is that the laws of the country to which the ship is officially bound apply. Let's say a murder is committed on board a Turkish ship in international waters in the Pacific Ocean off the coast of Chile. That murder should be dealt with by the Turkish authorities. But let's say a German kills a Russian on a Turkish ship in the same place. This time, a complex situation arises. According to international law, the court in the perpetrator's country may also be involved. The way the judicial system of each country handles crimes is not the same. What is a crime in one country may not be a crime in another. There is no international court to resolve this. In addition, institutions in some countries are reluctant to take responsibility for crimes committed in international waters for fear of causing a diplomatic crisis. An example of what I am talking about is the incident that took place in 2019 on the MSC Divina, a Panamanian cruise ship. In international waters, a 17-year-old British passenger on the Panamanian ship alleged that an 18-year-old Italian passenger sexually assaulted her. After the incident, the British passenger went to the police in Valencia, Spain, where the ship first docked, and filed a formal complaint. The British passenger left the ship, but the Italian passenger continued to travel. Bir Tawil. Bir Tawil is known as the place no one wants to have. It is a dry and barren piece of land in the desert. This area was once a British colony. When the British left, they gave Bir Tawil, a barren land with no value, to Egypt. The region called Slab Triangle, with its strategic importance and fertile land, was given to Sudan. The Egyptians refused to accept that Bir Tawil belongs to them and want the Slab Triangle. If Sudan accepts that Bir Tawil belongs to them, they will accept Egypt's claim to the Slab Triangle. That is why no one wants Bir Tawil. Egyptian maps show it inside the Somali border and Somali maps show it inside the Egyptian border. Since no one wants Bir Tawil, there is no authority to govern the area. This makes the area lawless. Although there are people who visit, there are no permanent residents. In 2014, Jeremiah Heaton, an American farmer, traveled to Bir Tawil to fulfill his daughter Emily's wish to become a princess. He planted the flag he had prepared and declared his daughter the princess of the kingdom he had created in Bir Tawil. Ras Khamis. Ras Khamis is a neighborhood in East Jerusalem between the Israeli and Palestinian borders. The neighborhood is inhabited by Palestinians and is officially part of Palestine. However, during the construction of the West Bank Wall in 2007, the neighborhood was cut off from the Palestinian side. The Palestinian government cannot provide Ras Khamis with public services such as police, fire, and municipal services. Nor does the Israeli side want to take responsibility for the neighborhood. Ras Khamis is now a place exempt from the law, awaiting its own fate. The neighborhood is connected to the outside by a single checkpoint. With a population of 20,000, people started building high-rises in 2014 because of the housing shortage in the neighborhood, because they did not need permission from any authority. In 2016, to repair the roads, residents raised money to buy materials and repaired the roads themselves. The neighborhood's fate is similar to that of Kowloon Walled, Hong Kong's once famous slum. The Antarctic. Antarctica is the largest area in the world that no one owns. With the Antarctic Treaty signed in 1959, the region was registered as an open area that no one owns. The treaty allowed countries to establish bases for scientific research. In addition, there are no legally binding articles and laws for anyone in the region, except for the protection of wildlife and nature. Since it belongs to no one, it has no governing body. There is also no community living permanently in the region. Of course, Antarctica has been the scene of some crimes. For example, in 1959 a fight broke out between two scientists playing chess at the Soviet-owned Vostok station. After the incident, chess was banned in Russian and Soviet bases in Antarctica. In 1996, a fight broke out between kitchen workers at the American base at McMurdo. FBI agents came to the base to investigate the fight. In 2018, a fight involving knife wounds broke out at a Russian research station, and the suspects were taken to Russia for trial. Criminal incidents in the region have always been between citizens of the same countries. There are no written guidelines on how to proceed when people from different countries commit crimes against each other. If you know of a place where the law does not apply, please write in the comments.